Bank Negara has decided to maintain the overnight policy rate at 1.75% as the country's economic activity is projected to improve further. This as the central bank expects the national underlying inflation to remain subdued as the global economy contends with the resurgence in COVID-19 cases and its continued impact. In a statement, BNM says the world economy continues to recover, led by improvements in manufacturing and export activity, although this is likely to be uneven in the near term. BNM says that the latest indicators seem to point to a significant improvement in economic activity during the third quarter, but that the targeted measures to contain COVID-19 in certain states could derail momentum. Nevertheless, BNM expects growth in 2020 to be within the earlier forecasted range. It is a rosier picture for 2021, where economic activity is projected to improve further, underpinned by the recovery in global demand and continued support from government policy measures, among others. On Malaysia's inflation, BNM says that headline inflation is likely to average negative this year, given the substantially lower global crude oil prices. According to the central bank, its committee considers the current stance of its monetary policy to be appropriate and accommodative, and that the cumulative 125 basis point reduction will continue to provide stimulus to the economy. The FBM KLCI closed 5.01 points or 0.34% at 1,461.45, while Bursa Malaysia's index for small market capitalisation stocks rose 2.21%. This as investors digested Bank Negara's decision to maintain interest rates ahead of an eventful week, as many brace for Budget 2021 due to be tabled this Friday. Aside from that, markets also remain on edge as the US goes to the polls in one of the most contentious elections in the country's history. Cautious sentiment affected Malaysia's biggest lender, Maybank, as its share price slipped by 0.29% to RM6.99 in morning trade. It still managed to end up at RM7, which is still 0.14% lower than Monday's close. Japan's Mitsui & Co. says its share of losses from IHH Healthcare amounted to 1.4 billion yen from July to September. Mitsui has a 32.9% stake in the healthcare provider. According to the group's consolidated financial results ended September, Mitsui made a loss of 3.6 billion Japanese yen from its investment in the group, compared with earnings of 1.6 billion yen in September 2019. On October 14, it was reported that Mitsui may create value to the hospital chain through new business, saying that IHH could use its data from nearly 6 million annual outpatients and 600,000 inpatients to cut costs and expand the business. IHH has 77 hospitals in 10 countries, stretching from Malaysia to China. The government has decided to impose the conditional MCO on the Seremban district from November 5th to 18th, following a recent spike in COVID-19 cases in the state. According to Senior Minister Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, the CMCO covers 9 sub-districts, including Bandar Seremban. New cases spiked to 1,054 cases today, while the deaths climbed to 12. All from Sabah, bringing the country's cumulative death toll to 263. This is the highest number of fatalities recorded in a single day since the pandemic struck in January. However, 875 people recovered today, resulting in a total recovery rate of 69.8% to date. The Seville's Asia Pacific Investment Quarterly Third Quarter Report revealed that Malaysia's land transactional activity increased significantly despite the impact from both COVID-19 and the ongoing political uncertainty on the economy. The total transaction value rose by 70% year-on-year to a total of 2 billion ringgit. The largest deal during the quarter was the acquisition of 2 parcels of land in the Kamena Land District of Bintulu by Sarawak Economic Development Corp of 340 million million, which will be used as a regional petrochemical hub. During this period, the industrial sector saw the most action, with Hartalega NGC's purchase of 60.6 acres of industrial land in Selangor and Sintex's land purchase totaling 445.2 million ringgit. The transaction between Paramount Corp and Singapore-listed Wing Tai Holdings, amounting to 243.8 million, was the biggest deal in Klang Valley. Savills expects activity to be healthy moving forward, driven by the industrial sector, which alone accounted for 780 million worth of transactions.